otherwise you're gonna pull the whole shaft out. Oh, you...
That's going the wrong way.
Cross-threaded or torque to spec? Tight is tight.
Whoosh.
Oh! Hello and welcome to another episode in which we're gonna repair an automatic gearbox on this beautiful Mondeo. 2-litre petrol, 200 horsepower, and it's the Powershift gearbox, which is known for being crap. And we need to do some maintenance on it, so we'll rip the gearbox out. Obviously the bottom subframe will have to come out and everything else. The reason why we attempting to repair the gearbox is because it's jerky. It's moving forwards like this. It's especially in the normal mode, in the drive mode. Here it is. Come on, soldier. Yeah. So yeah. Cold start. Come on, son. Give it some. Obviously the exhaust is broken, that's why it sounds like this. No. So when you accelerate, it basically jerks and it doesn't drive smooth. Alright, mate. Yeah, we need some more space on this side because obviously the gearbox is on this side, so in order to get that out, it'll be easier. We need to make sure we can close the garage, because... Czekaj. Dobra, dawaj teraz do tyłu. Jeszcze troszeczkę. Ciup, ciup, dobra. Alright, that's millimeters away. Sounds good. So. No.
Sounds beastie.
Sounds beefy.
Beefy. Because there's no exhausty.
Exhausty is
Pop-
roasty.
Pop the hood. Pop the hood.
Pop the hood in this.
Oh shit, 2 days in, motherfucker. Spend 15k on Temu and get the parts left on China.
So the gearbox is there. We need to rip it out
Motec
and hope
exhaust.
for the best. Motec,
Yeah, boy. And the chain.
Noki chain, plastic intake.
Yeah. New starter motor.
So much gas
20,
you can
20.
fly.
20 horsepower extra. Yeah, there's so much gas in the aircon, you can fly. Now then.
We'll come back to the studio when the gearbox is out. Wheels off, calipers off, subframe off, drive shafts out. And whatnot.
Battery, airbox. Half of this pipe, pink here.
We need to drain the coolant.
Pull this out maybe.
Well, we taking the bumper off as well?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think there is a
Can be one.
need. Too much
Too much
talking
hassle.
about
Hassle.
shag. Alright. Okay, so quick update. Hubs off, drive shaft, the subframe, the lights and the bumper. Subframe is almost out. I need another person to give me a hand because it's heavy. You've got 4 main bolts, big bolts with massive washers holding the frame in. My suggestion is to disconnect the 3 bolts on each side you got. So one out of them is the one that holds the steering rack, the other 2 hold the anti-roll bar. So obviously everything needs to be free and loose in order to get the subframe off. And the next thing is here, 1 10mm here, 2 13s over there, they hold the boost pipe. Remove that before you drop the subframe. So on this side, that is all same. On the other side is just you don't have any boost pipes, you just got the steering rack and the anti-roll bar. Right, so as you can see, the gearbox is hanging on this little chain device, but the gearbox is out. All I will say is that the gearbox is heavy, and if you remove the bracket that holds the gear linkage, you can make sorts of yourself this little hook in device. How is the... Oh, see how nice. Oh, look at that. What is that?
Of the rozrusznikus. It's of the starter motor, I think. The seal. You see that? Up here.
Bits
There was a seal there. Around here.
Bits of the starter motor. Okay,
Yeah, it's
fair
bits-
enough.
bits.
It's okay.
Well, this seems to be fairly dry.
Fairly dry. What's that?
Oh, that's just...
There's some oil there. Nah.
But there's no oil here. There's,
Yeah,
like,
so
seems
the
like
shitloads
oil
of oil came out earlier,
Yeah.
so...
It's weird where it comes in.
Well, plan is to get that stripped, so let's move this out the way. Wiggle that,
Yeah, I can see it now.
you know what I mean?
There's a lot of play there.
Yeah.
See?
And obviously if
Look
there
at
is a
that.
play, then this
This just leaks oil through.
you will fucking piss oil through.
Look at the gap here. It's massive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And
I
you
think
know,
there's a lot
yeah.
of play on there. So I think the clutch is dead.
Yeah, the clutch is
Look at
dead
that.
long time. It was dead when we first stripped that down.
That looks like there might be a bearing on as well on the main shaft.
Yeah. Joys of owning a Ford, but never mind.
Right, so we've got to take it down completely.
No, we need to put down the jack.
I think we'll just drag it out.
Okay, fuck it, let's drag that out.
I think there's no time to waste.
Yeah,
We're
this
going to
thing
put it
is
down, drag it out,
genius.
set it on a bench and start stripping it.
Yeah.
No point looking at it.
No, nothing to
Put
see.
Put some air through there. Whack this
Oh
cover
yeah,
off.
I'll later on show you. This is actually interesting. Okay, that's enough. This is actually interesting. You block a couple of the holes in the gearbox and you use one to inflate the inside of the gearbox with air, and this cover pops off. It's actually, I'll show you later. That would be interesting.
This is the way to.
I did that last time with C-Max and he whacked my hand. I didn't felt it for like 2 days. But I've put like 3 bars of air inside the...
Ale że to tak robi? Coś kurwa szybko to odpadło.
Już takie rozjebane. So yeah, that's how it was. That's how you remove that.
No,
Theoretically, you're meant to bung this hole, and obviously that meant to be on the bigger pressure, but for some reasons this just fell out.
It's no pressure at all.
Yeah, there was barely any pressure. We need...
Kawałek kołkiem to podeprzeć. Nie będziemy tego do tyłu jakoś cofać.
Nie mam.
Ale żeby łatwo kręcić.
So we need to remove this big circlip now. Hopefully it will come off. Come on, son.
To tą wciąg, w tą stronę go naginaj w dół. W dół, nie dociąg do siebie, tylko w dół. Da się? Tylko delikatnie, bo to wszystko jest jednorazowe.
One way ticket.
Bo widzisz, czujesz? Tu ma taki
Tak,
gap
tak.
pod spodem.
Wiesz, ten film miał być teoretycznie po angielsku.
No to jest. To speak to the English, guys. English people.
See, this circlip has a little lip. It looks like that, so that's why it was kind of hard to get off, but there you go. Now the whole thing should just pull out. There you go. Yeehaw! Yeah, man. Cowboys here.
To jest tylko tu mi drgań, nie?
That's vibration damper. It's like a dual mass flywheel sort of thing, just inside the gearbox. Obviously, you've got the one on the car, but this is.
No, widzisz.
How's the? Yeah, it's fucked.
No wiem, ale patrz, tutaj powinny być te, nie? Tu powinien być taki circlip.
A to już mi mówiłeś
Ale
ostatnio.
on jest tu. No ale tu powinien być, bo jak to mam rozebrać?
No to jest zespawane.
No ty
Się nie da
ty to rozbierałeś?
Tak.
Twoje jest ściągane, że można było te sprężyny wymienić. A tu jak to niby się ściąga?
Nie da się.
Żebym ja te sprężyny mógł wymienić. To całe trzeba wymienić? A z tej strony? A jak z tej strony by rozpruł?
No i jak to później złożysz? This shouldn't have that much play. So basically, if last time I did the same repair, and that was in the gearbox from a diesel C-Max, and obviously I was replacing these springs and all these white sort of these what they call dividers,
Yeah.
shims, whatever they're called. So obviously I was replacing all this, but I had a big circlip all around. I could take the circlip off.
There's
and
something wrong going on because
yeah,
it's been shaved.
yeah, that's bad. That entire thing should come out, should pull out. Yeah, the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that second cage of the clutch pack,
Two clutch.
because obviously you've got two. It's like a two clutch pack sort of thing. Now this thing has to come off. This screws on, so just use a screwdriver. You've got a screwdriver there, and here's the hammer.
I need to be off.
Bit of a rag. Yeah, there is a tool that opens it up, but obviously this channel is DIY, so do it yourself. If you're doing it for the first time, I doubt if you're gonna have the whole thing. So now the whole thing pulls out, and you've got oil pump and whatever else. So yeah, you've got oil pump there.
Yeah.
This is oil pump.
These the ceramic rings. They need to change as well.
Yeah, don't
And
forget to.
They're the oil ones, the oil pressure ones. Then you've got this plate. This is like a.
What's that plate for? That's just to hold everything
Yeah,
intact.
hold this lot where the pressure is. Under this plate there is another seal, like a
O-ring?
gasket, like a gasket, and then you need to change that gasket as well.
So yeah, from this side, yeah, there are these little what they call Teflon shims, rings,
No, they're like
washers.
washers. So they're basically what are they doing? They are there's oil goes in there in this hole, the oil pressure. That just stops from oil going between.
It basically has to be lubricated, but for the oil not to come off it,
This
the
is just
shaft.
to
It
fix the
has
pressure.
to
I don't know what for. I think it's just it's either lubrication.
lubricates the shaft. If the shaft is
No,
dry,
it's
it
not
doesn't
for
want to
the
go in
shaft.
anywhere.
I think it's for the
Some
it's
bad,
the pressure.
some shit was happening here because this is all
I think it's just a play.
shaved.
It's a big play on there.
Well, there's big play on these.
So how do you change this? Because I never did the clutch last time.
You see? So, let me tell you.
Ah, there is a
Yeah, you need to. Luckily, we've got a press now.
wash this, yeah.
So what we need to do is put this on the press. Big. I was using like 3 or 4 blocks, keeping the pressure from around that height. Compress that, and then take the circlip off. So that's what we can do, I think. Yeah, because there is a circlip on this side. Actually, we're gonna first take the circlip off this side, which is right here, and it'll be easier because this cage is quite big, and I don't know if it will fit on my press. Maybe it will. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, easy. Easy. Yeah, so we're gonna put that on the press, compress this ring down, take the circlip off, and then we'll be able to access the clutch plates. Heavy man. This video will be long because obviously I'm not gonna bother cutting this video up too much, but it will give you more or less the idea what we need to do. Later on we'll take the mechatronic part off the unit, take that apart. That needs deep cleaning. Obviously I've got a little box that makes the magnetic stuff not to be any magnetic anymore. Demagnetizer. Something like, yeah, I'll show you that later on, but basically you put each solenoid on it, you press the little button and it makes it not it's not magnetic anymore, so that you can clean the little what they call the little filings. Yeah, the little basically the dust. Yeah, the gearbox leftovers, the little metal filings that get stuck inside the solenoid to clean off. So what we doing, son?
Now we're going to take the cog for the water pump. Then we're going to take
Water pump.
oil pump. Then we're going to take this thing off, and then we're going to go on the other side and start stripping the other side, the other end. Because if it's got a lot of play like this, because of the springs are knackered, then
it damages this cage, and then the oil, instead of staying inside the gearbox, it leaks out. But the problem is that it's welded on this side. It's all tigged all around.
Well,
the one I've did.
It looks. It doesn't look like someone did it at home. That's the thing.
That doesn't look home. I've seen your welds last time at home, and trust me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Crap. Looks
what
pigeon
about if
shit.
we try and look on any of these numbers, if we can find one? If it's cheap enough, it might be worth it just buying a new one with springs and everything. But the other thing, I've got the springs. I've got the plastic.
Come on, show me the springs. Not here. No. Yeah.
So
You've got the bag of springs, which we bought a couple years ago.
and then
you've
you've
got
got the
the-
plastics. And they went cheap, they're like £170.
What, just for the plastic?
Yeah, just for this
Fuck me.
just for these two things. You can't see it now, but there is.
Yeah, it did move.
There is a lot of. Well,
caught it.
you can. But look, all this. Look, you can fit a finger in there. So if the engine starts up, that's automatically when you press the start button, the starter motor will be pushing out this
Compressing
all
the
the way
springs.
down, and then when the engine's not, if it's idling, all it's doing is there's going to be like that much play, and it's all this is rubbing all the fucking day long.
Plus, if the springs are rubbing and moving that much, then obviously the wear of the spring, they create like metal dust, which being carried with the oil onto the mechatronic
and then
unit.
it's wearing these plastics, and that's why where we got all this play.
Where are the little? Oh, we can't see it here. We need to take the mechatronic off.
What?
You could see the little sort of sticks.
The holotronic.
So basically, it's little sort of legs that are magnetic as well, and obviously create. They look hairy. If you look at, I will show you later. But if there is loads of metal filings, then they look sort of like a ball, like a stick. That looks hairy, basically. But never mind. Okay, let's. Shall we get the clutch pack apart?
Yeah. So I can order new.
Well, you need to fucking order them anyway. Right, so we need to drop that down, and yeah, give us 2 minutes. I need to drop this whole thing down, and I'll set the camera down. Right, so if you look, I'll show you in my different video when I did last time the C-Max gearbox. I did similar thing. It's just I used my jack. I've used my jack, and obviously all this setup was pretty much exactly the same. Just I've used the weight of my toolbox to compress the clutch plate. So if you look, the whole clutch pack is resting on, well, it rests off the frame, so it's resting on the springs. So you've got to press on the outer bit of the clutch plate, so of the clutch pack. And so what you need to do is put some pressure on it, and look, you're gonna see, and that's it, it stops. Now you're gonna dig that circlip out and then slowly release the pressure. There you go. So obviously spin that around, get this up. Oh, there you go. So as soon as you get this clip off, now release the pressure slowly, and you're gonna see that this gear will basically drop down through the cage. There you go. Happy days. Happy wife, happy life. Right, so that goes there, and now you can gently wiggle off the cage. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And that's it. That's the pressure. That's the sort of seal. Obviously everything has to be sealed. That's the pressure plate. You see all these springs in there. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. So yeah, that's the bit that holds the, that's the parts that we had to overcome. That's the pressure of the springs. That's why we use the huh? No, that's what we use it. And now we get to the interesting part, which is the clutch plate and the dividers. So don't forget that the clutch plates, they only go one way and one way only. If you take the first divider, you can see that when you buy the shims, the clutch plates and everything, you get everything as a set, so you don't need to worry about that. But just don't forget, they have to be fitted the right way. You see they are at the angle, so remember that they need to be fitted at the angle as well. So you get them off. Oh, there you go. That's one side. Now the same thing has to happen side. So that's what you do to this side as well. So ideally keep everything in one place, otherwise you're gonna lose something or you're gonna forget. Ideally what you want is a camera on your head, camera on your head, record every single step you do. If you're doing that for the first time, trust me, it does help. I did that first time and it took me a week to put the gearbox together. It worked, but obviously. So I'll put that there, that goes there, and it's ready for some pressure. There you go. Yeah.
Now what's your eyes?
No, it won't pop up too much because obviously it's still on the it's under the wood.
Bang the wood to the side maybe.
Now you take this off. Now you release the pressure. There. Releasing of the pressure rings. And you can take the mighty mighty tools away, and you take this off, and there you go.
Look at this, very nice.
So in the manual car, this would be the pressure plate.
This would be much
these
bigger.
two, that would be
Wow,
yeah, obviously it will be bigger. It's just, well, I don't know, I'm not a gearbox specialist. It's just I'm a simple mechanic taking stuff apart and hoping it will be I'll fix it. So yeah, that's the second part of the clutch plates. There you go. Yeah, the clutches don't look too bad. So yeah, that's how it is. You can't get them wrong because one is bigger, one is smaller. So if you're gonna get them, then obviously you can't sort of get them. You can't cock it up. We need to have a look at the bearing on the other side, because if there is too much play in that shaft. Yeah, obviously you can't feel it now, but if there is too much play in that shaft, then apparently the pressure is being lost through that or something. I don't know. Try get the fucking Torx bit for that.
Ale to nie jest tak. No jest tak. To chyba idzie.
Weź i fakta, tam jest u góry. Pierwszy mam. Butan.
Butan propan?
Proper butan. Woohoo! Yeehaw! There we go. Can throw that away. Need to get new bolts. These are tragic. That can go there.
I think they were shit when we used them last time, but
they were shit when they were fitted in the factory. That's I can tell you that
because
now.
we put that bracket on when the gearbox off. That's why.
What is it? 8mm?
Yeah, 8mm. 8mm.
No, need this. Step up, step down.
I think we might need a schmatter here.
What we need is a box for all these screws.
Nah, just throw them there. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that.
got?
Yeah, this
You
is
got?
so easy
When everything is out and it actually works and it fits. Really, you want the little boxes. There'll be shitloads of oil in there now, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we need something underneath?
Yeah.
Plenty of the oil leaked out already at the back.
Take this loose.
Fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell.
No, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
No, you won't. I thought you drained the gearbox.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
drained.
Fucking
They drained 90%, but there's still 100 inside this box.
No, it's fuck
No,
off.
it's gone down that way.
Yeah.
Because it's on the piss. The oil's gone. Should go through there. It's not that dirty.
Magneto is not bad. I've seen worse.
But this been stripped not long ago, hasn't it? Now we need to remember which
Yeah, exactly. Which bolts.
bolts.
I'll take a picture of that, and then on paint I'll mark which bolt to remove to get the mechatronic
I think
off
it's all the
and not
outside
apart.
ones.
Yeah, but you think?
We need to find
Sure.
that on the internet. The
So we
internet.
need a little bit of interneting now. Internetings? Actually, you know what? What you can do apart? Look. Problem solved. Can you move your fat ass so we can get through? We need table here.
Oh, there we go.
Get out of the way. There you go.
Yeah, there's 7 bolts.
Oh, so there you go. Remember which ones to get the mechatronic off. Right, so that's what we need to do. So, you want to do the honors? Start stripping it. So, we found more or less which bolts have to be removed. So, all the ones outside. So, 1,
Just get the wood in
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Good enough.
7.
And this one. One. That's it.
And I think now, how about this?
Yeah, it's come off as well. I'm surprised there's nothing on the bottom there.
There is a little bit of messing about with the gear selector at the top, but I'll show you that later because yeah,
It's important.
because it's important, and right now we're just gonna take it apart regardless without looking even how that meant to be fitted. But later on there is a procedure. You gotta put the gear selector into drive. Yeah, drive, or drive and then 1 up or something like that.
Yeah, drive. That's parking. I think there somewhere. I can't remember now. But you need to put it in. You need to put it in a way where it's gonna be good.
Which is
Otherwise you're not gonna have the gears. Or it's gonna happen what happened before when you first put it together. Where the finger, where the light doesn't light up and the gears all over the place.
Yeah, because I didn't select that.
So
There is a little wheel that has to be sort of fitted the right way. You know, some of these little plastic bits, they're very delicate, fragile, especially from Ford.
of course.
I was taking your bumper apart on this fucking grill thing on the front. It sort of fell apart a little bit.
You need to watch out for this now.
There, you need to remove that bolt there. What is it, 10mm?
Yes.
Then because that little 10mm holds the little wheel intact. Will you remember how to put this together?
I'm thinking so. I think we're gonna leave this.
I think that comes off with the mechatronic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that needs to be just loosened too.
Yeah, so where's the screwdriver? And you can pry it off there, yeah. So my side is moving, because you will have little sticks, little rods. There you go. And the mechatronic is off. Oh, heavy man.
Watch
Oh,
out,
it's
the oil's
leaking,
everywhere.
leaking.
Nah, just take it off.
Yeah, but where? Why should I just throw it on the floor?
Yeah, just put it in that box.
But basically, yeah, I'll run you through the mechatronic later on. Put that to the side for now.
We'll need new gaskets.
Yeah, you need to put that, you need to push gaskets.
There's the filter.
Which, there is the filter, which I can...
You cannot take off.
You can. I did. And I've got a video on how to do it. Look in my YouTube channel. Or actually, I'll make a little tab somewhere on the screen now. I'll add where to find how to change the filter without taking the gearbox apart. Actually, what I wanted to show you now is these little hairy things inside. Where are they? Oh, you see? There's one. You see, it's like a little magnet.
So it reads off where the gears is.
Yeah. And that is hairy.
It's not hairy.
Well, it's not hairy. It's metal filings, but because it's magnetic, it collects all the metal filings. Yeah, you see that little screw there behind the filter? Yeah, that's that one there. That's the one that holds the filter. And this is the other part of oil pump. Yeah?
What?
That's the oil pump. The other end.
Yeah.
To get the oil pump out, you gotta take the filter off. That little cog on the other side, and then this.
Spread this in half.
With an axe ideally, or a saw with a fine teeth like this one.
Now we need to change this plastic as well on this end. This plastic bit here. So they do wear out.
And to take the cage off.
We're gonna take the back end off in a minute.
Yeah.
But I wanted just to take this filter off so it's not in the way.
So what are you waiting for?
We need
No, we've got a leak. Oh no.
You the leak, man.
Okay, so before there will be loads of comments that that's not how you do the filter. No, that's right. You don't. But in order to change the filter professionally, you need to split the gearbox in half. Let me put it that way. So what we're gonna do?
We're gonna do it later anyway. But
yeah,
to fit the new one, we're gonna split it.
Yeah, well, to fit the new one, you don't need to use the fucking pliers. Yeah, well, you're not supposed to do that, but... But, obviously that's opening the filter. You can fit the new filter without opening the gearbox. But you need to heat up the plastic, and it basically it flexes enough to fit the new one. I'll show you the link. Because what he's doing is just... How you feel about that?
It's off.
Well,
it's not.
Yeah, it is off, but fuck me. Yeah. No.
Everything's solid.
I've seen worse.
I put that bit in there.
Right, so now what you need to do when removing the cage, the cover of the gearbox from the other side, you need to remove these bolts first. They are holding the bearings sort of cage from underneath, and as soon as you remove them, you'll be able to remove these. Otherwise you're going to pull the whole shaft out. Oh, you...
I was going the wrong way.
Yeah, I know. You...
So that's... No.
Right, so one bearing is loose already.
I think they're a bit over-torqued.
Over-torqued? Who torqued them?
Self-torquing.
Cross-threaded or torqued to spec? Tight is tight. Oh, last one. Fuck. Last one.
Can you exchange this as well for me?
Yeah, pass it here.
Right then.
So
it's getting interesting.
we've run out of bits. I'll try this one. This one went in. Put the bar on it. Here. Here's the bar. Him. Man. Take it. Put the bar.
Maybe put some heat on it, because that's gonna snap.
Yeah, okay. After after like, I don't know, 20 minutes of battling. Where is that bolt? Where did you chuck it?
Battering?
Yeah, after... Yeah, there you go. After some battering, eventually went off. Chisel. We'll put something else on there.
Chisel?
Yeah. We'll put something else.
Anything?
Here's this. On the impact. Yeah, because we broke a couple of them. All scrap now. Yeah, make sure you turn in the right way now.
And we'll keep these in the holes for now because they're different lengths. And we need to make sure to put this back together a bit better than the last time.
But you've put it last time.
That's where it was leaking. I think so.
You need to put more.
Yeah, I think that's
more gunk.
Yeah, that's where it leaks. It's this cover. This
Maybe
casing.
it needs to be tied up more.
Nah, there's no gasket.
They're meant to
It's
be one.
these things. No, I
It's
don't
locating lugs.
Yeah.
Or whatever, these pins.
So it's leaking right here. There. Because the bolt's here, then there's lug, and then there's a bolt there. So
it needs more gunk next time.
I think we'll have to put some sealing gasket.
Oh.
So now,
Let's hope.
ideally it will come off easy, but because of the lugs, not
Always the case. Oh, mine is already loose.
It's just the lugs, see? It's
Oh, there you go. So that's what there is after removing this cover. That's what I told you earlier, to remove the bolts first from that case, this all around there and there. Otherwise you will be dragging all these...
the bearings are stuck inside these, that's why.
Mm. Believe it or not, we had all these things apart before. Remember, we had all these shafts out.
Which one is that one?
No.
Or that one?
Or which way the case goes. Yeah, that way. Yeah, so it's that one.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
The look going there, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that one.
So it's this one. Stick it in there. Put it there for now.
And what you want to do here? You took that off because
We're gonna take off and change. You can take this off.
what's that?
That's an oil pipe. Honeydews. I don't know. But now here we're gonna take off these plastic things that are inside there somewhere.
Not these, there.
No.
Here's one.
Yeah, no. It's the plastic things where the oil pressure is on one side, pushes the plastic, and it changes the gear.
Okay. So
now
we need to split the gearbox in half.
I think these covers should. Ah, now I know what we're doing here.
We're
Now
replacing.
we need to undo these.
We need the Allen keys to remove the.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where we're gonna show off with this new. Oh, batty boy!
I hope they're not that. Donald.
Fresh toy. Obviously been battered a bit because I'm using it at work, but it does the job. Brutal. And this always this one as well. Right, so what are we doing?
Might change these bearings as well.
Yeah, I thought you changed them last time.
No. I've done nothing inside here. I've only took this apart.
And put it back together. In a shit way. It was leaking oil. Right, just to let you know that these bolts that are holding the bearings, in order to remove the bolts you have to turn them clockwise. Yeah, anti-clockwise is when you're fitting them in, clockwise is when they're coming out. Just to let you know, because that's quite important. So what's going on now is we're removing the bearings. So once you remove the center bolt, just get some three bolts, screw them backwards, and turning them equally, you'll just lift the bearing up eventually. If you want, use a little bit of heat. Remember, if you use heat, you gotta replace the bearing. And that's it. Once this bearing is off, you gotta do the same to the other one. And oh, there you go, removed. So how bad is it? Yeah, it's not bad. Nice. So just do the same thing to the other one. Okay, so once these two washers, these two bearings off, obviously this one has a bigger cutout, so they goes towards that little gear that's here, the cog. Obviously you've got these two washers, they go underneath, one goes there, one goes there, but they're both identical, so it doesn't matter where they go. Now you have to take these off.
No.
Yes, mate.
Idę jeszcze co z drugiej strony. Trzymają tylko.
They only hold the selectors intact. I don't think you'll be able to remove that like this. But this one should come off. This one's loose.
Can't remember now.
This one is moving with the shaft.
Whether we need to.
I think we need to take the cage off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think took these four things. Now we take the cage off. And
split the gearbox, and then
we
this, because all three shafts come out apart together.
Yeah.
Take that off. That should come out now. Yeah. I'm gonna lift the cage this up.
I don't know why there's so much play in this.
Because he hasn't got the top bearing.
There's
Hasn't
no
got support.
bearing on the top. Oh yeah, there is.
No, he has to have. He has to have a support on this side.
Figurkowe łożysko, ale ciekawe, czy ono nie jest wyjebane też. I trochę dużo ma.
Right, let's get all these 20,000 bolts around the gearbox. Let's split it in half. So once you remove all the bolts around, make sure you flip the gearbox and you remove the bolts that are inside next to the oil pump. There are a couple pins that are holding. You've got one locating pin here, one there. I think there is two on the diff. So that may take a little bit of battering. No, I wouldn't. Better do it there. Probably through a piece of wood. Because if you chip the side of the gearbox, you might just throw that in the bin. You know?
I would do. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah.
Moving! Using two hammers. Yeah? Oh, there you go. Woo! Look at that. Czekaj, dajcie się łopem jeszcze. Oh, fucking hell, that's heavy.
To tak wyjdzie? Nie, mi się wydaje, że te tryby trzeba ściągnąć.
Nah, man, I think this is all.
Te tryby muszą wejść.
Nah, these cogs, they don't come off. Now.
Po prostu.
Yeah?
At least those.
Oh, look at there. Woo!
Better keep this in place for now.
Where they are going? So just fucking throw in one of these boxes.
You gotta remember which way they're going.
I won't. But they can only go. All these bits are from this gearbox, so fucking hell. Oh shit.
Steady.
Need a bigger fucking bench. Yeah, fuck it. Now we can lift the whole thing up. No, lift off. Nice, very nice. Magneto. Big chunks.
No, patrz.
Oh, hold on. Look at that.
To nie jest kawałek synchronizatora skądś. Dlatego ta trójka tam
Quite a big chunk. There.
Chyba, że to wiem skąd to.
That's what we want to replace.
These plungers.
And what do they do?
They are oil's pushing on the other side and they're selecting the gears.
Okay, and you want to replace them because they
might be worn, and if there's a little play in them, they start leaking and they're not holding enough pressure, and sometimes the engine can play up a bit. You have to watch out for these. They sometimes come off because see they are like pushed on. There's a guy before where the magnet came off. Because if you clean them, see, like the magnet is kind of pushed on. This is not a one single part. You can see outside. It's not. This is like pushed on to these things. You can see
So the magnet can actually come off.
Yeah, it is possible for it to come off.
We've had everything here apart. Everything was apart.
I think we're gonna leave it as this for now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to go too far.
Because by the time you get parts, you will forget what was where.
Because we know we need them plungers.
Yeah.
These bearings.
Needle bearing looks fine still. These locking. Yeah,
well, there's a lot of. Well, not a lot.
Where's
but
there should be some sort of this material friction.
Yeah, this is here.
Yeah, I've got it here as well.
So
it doesn't look too bad.
Synchronizer. Yes.
Okay. Leave that in there. Like so. Yeah, let's don't go too far.
Yeah. All I'm gonna do later, I'm gonna take this bolt off.
To lift the whole fork out.
Shift that fork away. Take these bolts off from here. Then we can take all these selectors with the gears out. We're gonna change all these plungers. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's only 4. Yeah, there's only 4. Yeah, 4, because each of them does 2 gears. Yeah. No.
That would mean you've got
No,
8 gears.
2, 4, 6, and reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I don't know. Might be
The
wrong.
one does reverse.
Look, there's this seals gone. There.
Yeah, that's
Been
some
chopped.
gunk. I think that's we've put there.
Yeah, we need
It's
to
not
put
original.
we need to put some fresh one.
Yeah.
We need to put all this, clean all this.
Yeah. Well, there's loads of cleaning, definitely. Automatic gearboxes like to be clean.
Where is this magnet? You
What
took the magnet away.
Yeah, I've put it over there.
Maybe
Got
put the magnet back.
Stash of things here. So that's our little stash. Where's the magnet here? Let's put that back.
Gears look okay-ish. I'm gonna clean this and put it back for now, because I'm gonna forget about it. There's some weird biggish things on there, which are weird because you normally wouldn't have stuff like this. This is pure metal. Look.
You fucking chipped us, unless it's one of our fucking Torx bit that like this one.
What I'm worried about it might be one of the synchronized gears.
If you got to this point, thank you for watching. So that's end of part 1. Part 2 gonna be ready in couple days. I need time to work on the video. But in part 2 there will be a complete disassemble and the reassemble of the mechatronic unit. I will show you how to clean it, how to test these little solenoid valves, how to set the gear selector, because this is important as well, otherwise you're not going to get gears, so it's worth watching. Also in part 2 you're going to see how to replace these valves. Like my brother said, they are very important. If they leak oil, it will be hard for the gearbox to change the gear, so we're going to do that anyway, although they may not be leaking, but we want to do it because everything is already apart. And the second part gonna be reassembling of the entire gearbox. Then I'll show you, I need to plug in my diagnostic computer to it, and it has to be the adaptations have to be done. So the clutch fork, and a couple other things I will run you through in part 2. So for now, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up. If you don't want to miss part 2, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.